It's too late to salvage this season, I think, unfortunately. Or it's getting there.
I mean,
this might be a little too late
I,
to bring in a guy like this, but
I think
I'm
that's
still
kind of
going to
a
be
bold
excited to
take
see him play.
considering we're 2 points out of a playoff spot. Yes, we're bottom of the division, but it's 2 points out. So, or I guess technically three. I think that's a little bold. I think that fourth playoff spot is still up for grabs.
Well, at the same time, though, the only other team that's played as many games as us is St. Louis, and they're first in the division right now. Next is Arizona with 17 games. They're sitting fifth. 16
No, but
games.
it's still not that far away.
It's not that far away.
Yes, it's not looking good,
yeah.
but you string together a win streak of 4 or 5 games, and you're right back into the mix. So
Okay, but do you really think that the Anaheim Ducks are going to pull in a 4 or 5 game win streak?
Depends how hot John Gibson gets.
Dude, we've seen how hot John Gibson can get already at this season. He's tied for first with 3 shutouts already in 16
I'm not calling
games.
it. I'm not saying we're due for
games.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's possible. I think it's a little bold to count them out already.
It's possible, but it's very unlikely in my opinion. I'm normally trying to be the optimist here, but I don't see a whole lot going.
We just passed the quarter mark of the season. Yeah. Like it's not even close to being over.
Well, I mean, the quarter mark in normal seasons can pretty well determine when teams are going to sit also. And in a shortened season, like we talked about this before, if you get off to a bad start, it is going to hurt your chances later on because it's so much shorter. It's a sprint.
I don't think we necessarily got off to a bad start. I think we're just on a bit of a losing streak right now. There was a point where I think we won 4 of 5 games or 4 of 6 or something like that.
Well,
just a couple weeks ago. It can happen. I'm just saying.
I'm also looking at the past though. When we go into these slumps, we never get out of it. At least to the point that we were at another point. Like, I would be very surprised, honestly, if we see the same level that we had against Vegas just last week. If we see that type of thing again. And, like, on a more consistent basis of 2 or 3 games. So, I don't like being the pessimist. I'm just not feeling it right now. And I don't think the rest of this team is either. And I think that kind of showed with a 5-1 loss to the Minnesota Wild.
I don't know, man. I just don't see it getting any worse than that. Like how can you get any worse? I really don't see it. We've seen it before. We put in a bad effort like that and we come back with, not a great game, but a decent game, most often a win. So I don't know. Who do we play next?
As soon as we have a good game though, then we're back to a 3 or 4 game skid. Which is what we're in the middle of right now.